If chapter 1014 denoted despair, then One Piece chapter 1015 denotes hope, and this is basically the central theme of this entire chapter. So hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ, my name is Soham and today we're going to talk about One Piece Manga Chapter 1015. But before that, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff. With that being said, let's begin the video. Now this chapter basically denotes the hope aspect of the series, which was essentially lost after the ending of chapter 1014, and finally we get this moment of hope via none other than Momonosuke, and this was delivered perfectly by Oda. Moreover, even though this chapter is primarily a setup, but there are just small moments here and there which were really satisfying, and small moments which I was expecting to see all the way back from Zou itself. So yeah, the overall situation here is very wonderful, and we begin the chapter with Luffy drowning in the ocean, but at the same time we can see Chopper, who is getting mowed down by none other than Queen, and it is revealed to us here that Queen was indeed just playing around with Chopper, but still it's fine. Chopper was at least able to hold himself in front of two Yonko commanders, because here in the background Perospero is also there, and here he's firing off his candy arrows. And finally we also get to see the reaction of the people after hearing the news that Luffy has drowned and Luffy has been defeated by Kaido, because everyone is worried now. We can see the expression of Chopper as well as the other samurais, the allies of the alliance as well. Moreover, we also get a reaction from the people who have eaten Tama's Kibidango, and even they are exclaiming that Kaido-sama's dominance is just overwhelming. But at this point we finally get to see something which we have been expecting since the last couple of chapters, which is Sanji is indeed using Zoro, the mummified Zoro, as a sword, and he's just swinging Zoro left and right to beat around the members of the Beast Pirates, which is a really great thing, and this is indeed the peak of comedy. This is so damn good. And along with that we can also get to see Kamamatsu and Izo, who are running around, and they are seeing that this announcement must be to hurt the morale of the people, and even Sanji is exclaiming that these dumb bastards, they have lost all their will to fight, and this was basically a plow by Kaido all along because he wanted to demoralize the alliance, and that is happily on display here as well. Moreover, Queen also has these piercing teeth-like weapons inside his mouth, and he's about to tear down upon Chopper, when who comes to the rescue? It is none other than Sanji, and this was absolutely brilliant. With a new shot, a new move of Diablo Jambe, which is called Rotisserie. Now pardon me for my lack of knowledge, but after searching on Google I found out that this is a technique of roasting barbecue, and this is really nice because after this particular move, his brachiosaur neck is just rotating around and it's forming like an umbrella, or rather a canopy, and it is saving everyone from Perospero's attack, and in the end he also hits Perospero in the end. So two things done in just one particular attack. Perospero is down, and also Sanji saved the alliance from his attacks as well. Now here we can see Chopper, who is crying of course, saying that Luffy is down, but to this Sanji says that you did good Chopper, but don't you cry idiot, Luffy is not down yet. We have seen this kind of a miracle happen countless times before, so don't you worry about all of this. And now he finally hands over Zoro, the mummified Zoro, to Chopper, and he says that treat this guy, once he recovers he will be worth 10 men, and to this Zoro replies that more than 2000 men. Now obviously this is a reference way back on Zou, where he said that he's equal to 200 soldiers. Now the 200 has been risen up to 2000. So this entire Sanji Zoro situation is really amazing in my opinion. This is obviously comedic, and at the same time we can finally get to see some shine from Sanji, which is really awesome, because here even Queen acknowledges him as the brat of Windsmoke Judge, which is obviously going to make Sanji even more angry. And this is a fight which I'm really looking forward to see, and I'm pretty sure that King will also intervene in this particular situation, and sometime down the line he is going to be facing off against Zoro once he is recovered. But to this everyone is asking that how is even Sanji going forward after he just heard the news that his captain is dead. Now we get a very hilarious reaction, or rather a very heartwarming reaction of none other than Marco, where he says that this is the reason why I like them, yo, because he knows what is going on here. He knows that Luffy is not exactly dead at this moment, and he knows that this kind of a warfare tactic is used to lower down the morale of the alliance, and he's happy to see the Straw Hat crews believing in their captain instead of all these rumors. And after all of this, we head over to the castle interiors on the first floor. We get to see the bodies of Kiku as well as Kanjuro lying in the background. It still cannot be said with a 100% guarantee if both of them are dead or not, because this is One Piece we are talking about. A Pell-like situation can very well happen where they are not actually dead, they are just on the brink of death. So I'm not going to place my bets at this point to see if they are actually dead or not. I feel maybe towards the end these two characters can actually be dead, but for Kinemon I'm almost 100% certain that he is not going to die. But before heading over to him, we get to see Kinemon, who is almost shattered after taking a direct hit from Kaido. but he's not dead yet and he's struggling. He's still poking his sword on the legs of Kaido in order to stall him so that Shinobu and Momonosuke have time to escape. And finally, after all of this, we also get to see the interaction which I wanted to see all the way back from Zou, when we learn that Momonosuke is actually the son of Odin, not Kinemon himself. Since then, I have been wanting to see the interaction between this as to how did they arrive at this particular situation. Was it a plan which they made up on their own, or what exactly happened behind the scenes? Because here we have to remember that Kinemon is one of the oldest and most trusted subordinate, or rather the retainer of Odin, and for him to call Momonosuke with just his name, who is actually the son of his lord, it's basically a very huge thing for him to say Momonosuke directly without adding the Sama. So this particular interaction or this particular dialogue is something which I wanted to see since the time of Zou, and even though in the manga it's not expanded that much, but I'm pretty sure that the anime is going to expand upon it more, but still I'm happy to see this flashback happening in the manga. It's not exactly 100% sure whose sword this is. I feel like this is Kiku's sword which was lying on the ground, but with this sword, Kaido stabs Kinemon through his back, through the front, and it seems like Kinemon is finally down, but still I have my thoughts about it. I don't really feel like Kinemon is dead at this moment. After he took a direct blow from Kaido's Bagua, I don't feel like a stab wound is going to be that fatal for him at this moment. Maybe, just maybe, we can get to see some more shenanigans from his devil fruit. Who knows absolutely at this point. But the basic point of this entire scenario is that Kaido tells Kinemon to embrace his death as a true samurai, but even after all of this, I really have my doubts if Kinemon is actually dead or not. I feel like he should be the member, or at least the only member of the Akazaya 9 to actually witness the dawn of Wano, because that is going to be very poetic in my opinion. But anyway, after all of this, Shinobu and Momonosuke got some time at their hands to run over from Kaido, and in the meantime, Momonosuke also got the frog at his hands, which is used to broadcast the message over the entirety of Onigashima, and using this, he declares to the entire castle, to the entirety of Onigashima, that Luffy is still alive. In the last chapter, when we saw Momonosuke getting those headaches, it was none other than Luffy. He was communicating to Momonosuke, possibly by the voice of all things. Now, this warrants a video of its own as to what exactly is the voice of all things, and how was an unconscious Luffy able to use this to tell Momonosuke that everything is fine, I'm going to come back. I'm not really going to discuss about all of those theories here in this particular video, but for now, Momonosuke declares to the entire alliance that Luffy is not dead, he is alive, and he told Momonosuke that he will definitely make it back. So everyone, please keep fighting until your very last breath. And this is the hope, this is the boost of morale which they needed. And finally, Momonosuke exclaims that because Luffy is going to come back and he's going to win against Kaido. And after this, we get to see the reaction of all the Straw Hats and all the members of the alliance, including Kid as well, and even he is happy to hear the news about Luffy, which is something which I was not expecting at all. And now this is the panel of reaction which everyone wanted to see in chapter 1014, so I'm kinda glad that we got the opposite reaction here in chapter 1015. But after all of this, Kaido catches up to Momonosuke as well as Shinobu, and before he's about to strike them down, Shinobu uses a devil fruit to rot away the rocks, and they are finally falling down from Onigashima. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to survive. Is Momonosuke going to transform into the dragon, or is this going to be something different, since Onigashima is almost around the corners of the capital? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. But nonetheless, we finally get the reveal of how Luffy is saved, because indeed all those theories about the seekings and whatnots were false. It was probably a premonition because of the implication of the voice of all things. Again, I'm going to talk about all of them in a separate video, but in the meantime, it was indeed Law's submarine. The most possible or the most plausible answer, honestly, and it makes also a lot of sense since they were trailing behind Onigashima, and they are the ones who noticed Luffy, and they are the ones who are going to save him. And once again, it is also interesting to note about the voice of all things, since even they are able to listen to his voice, and once again I'm going to talk about them later on. But after this, we head back to the castle, and here Usopp, Nami and Tama are running around, and they are about to head back to the main stage. But just then, Nami notices something. It is none other than Climate Act, and somehow, through some magic or whatnot, Zeus is actually fused together with the Climate Act. Now, it's not exactly explained how this is happening, but the implications of this are huge. I'm going to talk about it in a separate video, why I feel like the Climate Act is going to be very important. But for now, I'm just going to say that a huge attack, an absolutely huge attack is coming very soon. But it's not going to be a singular attack by Nami, but rather I feel like this will be a combo attack by Usopp as well as Nami, involving the Climate Act as well as the Kabuto Star. But in the end, we get to see the confrontation between Kid and Big Mom, and to this, Trafalgar Law also arrives at the scene and he's saying that, "Don't play dumb, Eustace, shouldn't we make up an alliance and shouldn't we take down Big Mom at this moment?" Basically, Kid and Law are going to team up at this moment to take down Big Mom, which is really awesome. Moreover, another dialogue by Law here is very awesome in my opinion, where he says that, "We have been collaborating for a while now, but honestly when it comes to him," basically Luffy, "I've learned to say that never say never," which is obviously a reference to Dressrosa. And finally, the chapter comes to an end with a confrontation or a stare down between none other than Kaido and Yamato. And Yamato here refers to Kaido as Kaido, not father. And Yamato finally says that, "I'm here to free myself. Those chains are long gone." So the eventual stare down between Kaido and Yamato is just around the corner. Things are really looking very exciting. So these are all the things which are happening in One Piece chapter 1015. What do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. Also, please do join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features, and also join our Discord server as well. We have a lot of discussions in relation to anime, manga and more. With that being said guys, this is Wonder WhyZ and I'll see you soon on the next one.